Audi's podcast, WATP.
Let me just read the description here. It says, in this improvised narrative role-playing podcast, come and join artists, writers, and comedians from Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, Marvel Comics, and more as they fight and fumble their way across the madcap and exceedingly rude fantasy wasteland of Cordelia. Now, I want to point something out. Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, Comedy Central, Marvel Comics, and more.
And more. Yeah.
Do you think the and more is like even better stuff?
Yeah.
Probably, right?
Yeah, they definitely left off, HBO.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Their
right.
Netflix special.
We don't want to brag.
And by the way, I think Adult Swim, Marvel Comics, they're just things that they're all fans of. It's like they enjoy those.
I was wondering about that too. Like, does one person do accounting for Adult Swim or something? What does that mean that they're from Adult Swim? How would I know these people? I don't think that I do. But it says that Branson Reese and his Jester's retinue.
I mean, retinue's like a crew, like a group.
Okay.
But
there's a lot of words they use. I don't know.
Branson
the meaning of.
is the guy who runs it, and unfortunately, he features very heavily into the episode I chose. So,
God, I was almost about to read the list of people. I just reminded myself that I don't need to. Christian, let's start with you, my friend.
Well,
what did you pick up on from this show?
The episode I listened to, which as we're recording is the newest one. They do it every 2 weeks because it's so much work. They can't possibly do it every week. So the episode starts off with a 3.5-minute commercial.
Yes.
I've only taken a snippet of that, but clearly they know their audience. They know who likes this show. If you can play my clip 1.
Hi. We heard you talking about how disgusting your bed sheets are.
Did you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat?
And I saw that you were in the bathroom in there for a long time, so you know what I'm talking about.
That can lead to acne, allergies, and stuffy noses.
It's just gross.
So clearly they know that the people who listen to this show can't wipe their own asses.
Right.
And there's just
have acne.
Yeah, there's feces everywhere through the house.
They're
and
mouth breathers.
They're covered in acne. And I was like, all right, I think I know what we're in for here.
Hold on, though, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I also heard that.
Okay.
And they said more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Yeah.
Which I hear all the time.
Yes.
There was that thing Dr. Steve did for the Howard Stern show where they tried to figure out who the messiest staffer was.
Yeah.
And they tested all their workstations. And, Richard Christie was dirtier than a toilet seat. Toilet seat's supposed to be the cleanest things in the world. I think I want to start eating off a toilet seat. Because it was just like, that's got more bacteria. Your toothbrush has more bacteria than the toilet seat. I'm like, this toilet seat sounds good in comparison.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's so bad about a toilet seat? Apparently it's something.
So my second clip was actually the tease that you played last week. So people have already heard it. But as Trucker Andy pointed out, the narrator who bookends the show does sound like a Kevin Brennan character. But it really sets the tone. So you get the sense for how annoyed you're going to be, how bad the improvisational skills are, and just how not funny the show's about to be. So clip 2.
Yeah. Get ready to leave your sides alone. They'll be fine.
Well, look who it is. I haven't seen you around these parts in nigh on a fortnight. That's right, it's been an entire fortnight since you've listened to rude tales of magic. And I've just been here in a graveyard. Luckily, I don't need food or water. And it's fine that the crows peck my rotting eyeballs. It's called a lore dump. You like that? That's now you know about me, the Grave Freaker. But that's not what you're here for. You're here to hear the story of rude tales of magic.
So no one on the show has ever heard the concept of take 2?
Get right.
You want to go again?
Yeah.
Maybe say it a little faster.
You stumbled a couple times there. We can just hit that one again.
Well, there's one I have later where a guy literally coughs in the middle of a word. And it's like, all right, either you record it again or you could edit it. But, it kind of lets you know
Christian.
what's coming. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I have to back up real quick.
Please.
Because this commercial for those sheets went on for 3.5 minutes.
It sure did. Yeah.
There's another thing I need to point out about this ad copy. And I don't know if they're improvising this. I'm sure some of it is bullet points.
Yeah,
they're supposed to be
would
doing.
hope so.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. They use silver-infused fabrics, originally inspired by NASA.
Silver.
inspired by NASA. What the fuck does that mean? I understand a true story is inspired. Hey, the script we wrote is inspired by a true story. Okay, so it's a bunch of bullshit. But what does inspired by NASA mean? Like NASA used metal to go to space.
Yeah, so it's they saw something metal and they spray painted the sheets a similar color.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
The word inspired
by NASA
is odd to me. And so I looked up these sheets. And wow, do they have a lot of one-star reviews on there. People do not like these sheets. Apparently, they suck.
What happens if you use the promo code ZUMOC? Do you think you save any money on
Yeah,
this?
they think I was shitting them.
That's impressive that people hate them that much. How bad could sheets be?
Dude, and I was reading the reviews too, because apparently these sheets are supposed to do everything for you. They make you cool if you're hot. They make you hot if you're cool. They moisture wickening, all these different things that they say.
It's like curling into a big DLT. You get right in there and you pull it up.
There's the cool side, the hot
cool,
side.
The hot side hot, yeah.
That's not what I was thinking.
It's a very trendy reference for people that are born in the 90s, but that's all right. Anytime I can mention it.
Yeah, so apparently these sheets do none of those things.
Oh, great.
They scrunch up, and then the one woman was like, my husband tends to get very greasy in bed, and when I washed these sheets, we couldn't get the grease out. I'm like, well, that's not really on the sheets, but
Has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's fine. I like that. It's a good anecdote, nonetheless. All right, Christian, I'm back to you.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
Back to you, buddy.
Clip number 3 gives us the recap. It sets up the episode, and clearly, as they go through it, they have to recap story points that were probably hilarious when they named some of these things in earlier episodes. So, clip 3 will help set the tone for this world that we're going to spend some time in.
Welcome back to Rude Tales of Magic. What a long, strange trip it is! Our heroes have left the town of Manassas, Virginia in their rear view and have continued off through the James Woods on their way to the Teenage Woods, home of the Soaking Valley and the site of their old college, Polaris University, now known as the Forbidden Zone. Up to speed? You better be! The episode is flying forward!
So I know how producer Chris feels about these D&D and role-playing podcasts. So as I heard that clip, I was wondering if Carl and I were to say, Chris, we'll just stop right now. We won't play any more clips. But we slid a check across, and you'd have to write a check to Carl, and I would split it 50-50, of course.
Yeah.
How many zeros would you be willing to put in there?
That's a good question.
Because I feel like it's at least 3 zeros.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
Maybe 6.
Yeah.
My OCD only allows me to write 9 zeros.
And the producer Chris is like, boing, here you go, guys. It's that check you ordered. So they went to the James Woods.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Of course, which, you got to love that. The Teenage Woods.
I get it.
Yep.
But the Teenage Woods, I would have gone with Morning Woods. Just saying. The opportunity missed.
There are females in the podcast, so maybe they felt like
think they don't like that?
edgy. Well, I think that it's more that the gentleman would assume, like, oh, no, the ladies don't want to hear me say Morning
bridge
Woods.
too far, I get it.
So for clip number 4, I'm just kind of wondering, you guys have actually done a number of these improv shows over the years, these role-playing shows. I don't know what you think the worst part, but for me, it's always when they crack themselves up. And if it's even mildly amusing, you can see it. But usually they'll crack themselves up at something that's so incredibly unfunny. You're like, how are 4 people laughing at this? And I don't know, maybe it's somebody throws up, then you have to throw up, and then everybody's throwing up. But clip 4 is a perfect example of, basically everybody throwing up.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. That's probably because I didn't give it to you. My name is the Friend Man.
Hey, Friend Man, I'm Bello.
Bello?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, just... Branson died. I saw his eyes take over his people took over his entire... Bello, in all my years, no travelers have ever been so friendly as to ask me my name. But you were the first. You asked me my name, and my name is the Friend Man.
And that's why it's so funny that everyone's laughing, because...
I don't think it's funny.
I don't think it's funny.
Well,
the Friend Man.
That was when I was aware that this was improv.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, oh, this is improv.
Yes.
Because the guy said, my name is Friend Man. And then they all started cracking up because I guess he has to let everyone know that he's a helpful character.
Yes.
So it was very important that he explained that to everyone.
Yeah, I think that it was very indicative. And don't worry.
Why would they leave that in, though, with all of them breaking like that?
Well, that was what I was thinking earlier.
They could have edited that out. This is obviously an edited show.
It's very easily edited. And make sure that Editor Ed doesn't go and take out anything to make these clips sound better. Because as I was listening, I was like, oh, it'd be so easy to just make it sound better. But that's not the point.
No, that's not the point. So right around there's a part where the woman on here needs to set the scene.
Yes.
There's some stage direction going on. I don't think this is the way that you do it.
Welcome back to Rude Tales of Magic. None of our heroes are flies anymore. They're all normal-sized. If you consider Sasquatches normal-sized, I do. I'm tall. But even if I wasn't, I'm open-minded. It's been one single day. Our heroes greet the dawn in a beautiful hot spring fountain far off of the beaten path. The morning light reflects gently off of the morning dew, lighting all of you softly, beautifully.
Wow, we look great.
You look really stately, you know?
So this woman's style of improv is both unfunny and generic.
Yes.
Christian, you know that shirt that you're wearing, you know?
Yeah.
That shirt, Christian?
It's blue.
Yeah. And scene. I'm sorry. I set that up wrong, though, because here's the one I wanted to play, the weird stage direction coming from this woman.
Albie is like shrugging at Cordelia, who's like waiting for them to bring a picture back.
She's like shrugging at Cornelia.
Like shrugging.
She's like shrugging.
It's like half a shrug. You know, it's like you put one arm up. It looks like you're having you're convulsing.
I mean, stage direction should have more confidence,
they
right? You should tell the character what they're doing and why they're doing it. Need some motivation here. Why am I like shrugging? Explain this to me.
I'm glad you picked some clips that highlight the females in the retinue as they used earlier. And you know, look, I don't want to get all Dick Masterson here, but the girls are so painfully unfunny on this show. I think they might be some of the least funny people I've ever heard talk. And my clip number 7,
Hold on a second. Did you say you had lunch with Vinnie Paulino today?
I did. yeah, I did. He might have rubbed off a little bit. You know, I didn't say how long we lingered in the parking lot afterwards, but my clip number 7 shows how some of the non-contributions of the female members of the cast.
There's no charge here.
Oh.
I'm happy to just provide beer for you, and that's why my business is failing.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
But it's not the only reason.
Oh,
What's the other reason?
Well, if you look...
Helvey looks at Bello.
Oh, Bello realizes what he's done, and it's like...
Oh, I understand. You don't want to know anymore.
No. We want to hear it.
You're sending non-verbal signals to each other.
Bello puts a gold on the bar. A single gold piece.
A single gold piece. As payment for the beer?
As a tip.
Thank you so much.
For good service.
I accept.
Okay.
And I encourage you all to feel free to do the stuff you want to do here in this tavern.
There's 4 times.
Great, thanks.
Oh, there's another one. There's 4 times in that clip where I'm like, oh, I probably should have cut it here. And I'm like, oh, no, wait, there's the long pause. And then she says something that's not helpful. Okay, that's why I left it.
Well, they seem to think that the comedy here is getting in the minutia.
Yes.
There's a lot of times where they get real specific about what's going on. And let's keep it moving. You know, I'm not really concerned about how much the beer costs or if you're going to tip them or not. I'm not really worried about any of those.
Well, it's too bad you don't like minutia because I should probably throw out about 15 of my clips, which, you know, maybe I should anyway. But there's the clip 8 shows that, well, they're going to talk about wrestling, and it's people that I don't think that know anything about wrestling here in clip 8.
I want to talk more about these wrestling moves.
Oh, the moves?
Well, I don't know her favorite move. I'm supposed to wrestle with her.
Well, she's not. I mean, she their moves. She likes her favorite wrestler has some signature moves.
Okay. Yes.
So her favorite wrestler is Elaborate Donna.
Elaborate Donna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. Okay.
Who if you follow the storylines, she has a big feud with Rock Hot Rhonda San Antonio.
Yes.
Rock Hot Rhonda San Antonio.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Donna. Rock. Okay.
So more contributions. The girl there just repeats the unfunny name that he said. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I always thought that it didn't take a lot of talent to write these wrestling storylines, but apparently there's more to it than I realized. Wow.
It's a whole industry.
People are really bad at it. Can I talk about how they just don't gel with each other?
Yeah.
And all this is an example of, I think all of them are doing their own thing in this part.
That's
right here.
consistent with a lot of what I heard. Yes.
Do you feel ready? Is there? I've got several different hairbrushes of varying bristle types.
Yeah, no, this feels pretty nice. And Bello has stripped down to his board shorts.
Nice, nice.
Wow, wee wah. Sorry, I'm horny now. I don't know what to do about it.
Stir fry, do you have the cooking oils that feel good on fur?
Yes. I've got some nice. I don't have salts.
Okay, good. No salts.
I've got some nice olive oil we can brush over his body. I also have some bamboo and reed. I'm just gonna start. Stir fry starts smacking the bamboo and the reed on Bello's back. Just hard enough that it's soothing.
You guys following this?
No, and I was listening.
I know. I tried to pay attention. I did zone out, and eventually there started reading the chat. Like, what's going on? These guys are terrible at this.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Let me jump in with my clip number 9 because I think we're all having fun hearing improvisers who don't know how to improvise, and I'm enjoying concepts that don't go anywhere, story points that no one advances. Clip 9, I think, is where they really shine with all those elements.
Are you like really into Val?
Yes.
Whoa. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyways, Elaborate Donna does the People's Foot, which is basically a big kick.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And when does the show go through?
Well, like they'll come to town like once a year, but they sort of just like do a circuit around all the suburbs outside of Capital City.
Cool. Okay.
So like if you're a fan, you can easily go to like a bunch of shows.
Nice. And are they different shows every night, or is it the same thing?
Oh, different.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
so
yeah.
Then, so it's okay.
The only thing I enjoyed during that clip is they mentioned Capital City, and I started thinking of the Capital City goofball.
Right.
I was like, oh man, I'd love it if he came on right now.
Well, these people can't even have a conversation with each other, let alone try to improvise and write jokes or come up with jokes. This is an example of them, and this I was talking about before with like the minutia, this innocuous conversation. They're like mining for humor, and they're just sifting dirt. They're just sifting through that dirt.
Do you have any like olive oil? Great. Do you have like, I don't know, like a tea tree oil or like a or something that's not just like
There's no, but the olive oil is rosemary infused.
All right, fine. Yeah.
Oh, good. So
My body produces an oil.
So fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Do you have any other types of oils? I don't know, man. Can we just move on to the next scene or
Are we
something?
supposed to fight zombies or something?
Yeah, there's something going on.
That fucking recap, the guy's like, okay, now you're up to speed because we're going to keep things moving. You got to.
Well, in my episode, he does that with the recap, and then it's like, and then they sit in a bar for, it's at least 12 minutes trying to order drinks.
But hold on, there are some really big laughs. I think you guys
can't wait.
Yeah, you guys are going to be excited about this.
It's ready. And Bello looks down, and you watch as his body changes. It grows in new shapes. His arms stretch down to the floor. His hair grows into a lustrous mane. His face elongates into a noble horse.
Ponderous, fucking ponderous.
Is Don here? Get Don in here.
The guy turned into a horse. They're like, whoa! This is outrageous comedy that we're doing right now. Pretty good stuff.
So, hey, do you remember Friend Man from my earlier clip?
I do remember Friend
Man. Yeah, don't
Man.
worry.
Who could forget?
Clip 11, Friend Man is back.
Yes.
So let's see. I'm sure he's going to bring something really valuable to the conversation and help move it along in clip 11.
I'm
It can
sorry.
be so difficult to admit that you've got a crush on a person. You've had oh, I'm sorry. Was I eavesdropping?
You're just very close.
Well, you're just very loud.
Yeah.
But that's completely fine. It can be so difficult to be a loud person in a quiet man's world.
Oh, I feel. Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Also, I suppose, difficult to be a quiet person in a loud man's world.
No matter what, life has many difficulties, and every single person is brave.
Well, wait, Barkeep, do you think it is brave to admit that you have a crush on someone you have sex with?
I think everyone's brave. And so, yes, I do think it's brave to admit that you have a crush on someone that you've had sex with.
Thank you.
What about cowards?
Cowards? Yeah. What of them?
Are they brave?
It's so brave to live like that.
Oh, wow.
Afraid of every shadow, afraid of every spider crawling across your hand, which you're also afraid of.
Yeah, really, at any point, they probably could have stopped talking about the things. But like the earlier clip, he goes back to the wrestling talk. They had moved on from the wrestling talk.
No, they're not good at that.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, yeah, but remember that thing that we were talking about? My clip 12 is something I referred to earlier, which is it's the perfect example of how just a little bit of editing, you don't need to hire a full-time editor, but somebody does a pass and goes like, oh, yeah, we should really fix that. So clip 12 is, the no editing on display.
Frederick is looking at the left hand, which he had dipped in the feces of what remained of spilled milk. The pig. It's dry. It's flaking. And I'm concerned.
That didn't even make sense. You can't dip your hand into dry, flaking feces. You'd think it'd be like moist. And anyway.
Well, they're all on those sheets from the beginning of the episode.
Maybe.
That's the only thing you have to wrap your heads in.
They're obviously editing a lot of this because all of the Foley work and everything is all done in post.
Yeah, so someone's in there.
Someone's in there looking at these WAV files at least. They should be able to be like, oh, what's that weird thing going on right there? And I just want to point out, because someone posted a screen grab in our Discord, that according to this, Rude Tales of Magic has about 1,700 patrons.
Yep.
And they're making $20,000 Canadian per month.
Ask Cardiff how much that is. What is that, like $6,000?
It seems like a lot.
Yeah. No?
It seems like a lot. Wow. All right. Fuck me running.
Yeah. Clip 13, this is, we've heard their strong improvisational work, but this, I think, clip 13 shows how good they are at building the characters who are interacting with each other. So let's give a listen.
Good.
Stir Fry, there is a terrible energy inside of me that I fear this poo-poo can no longer keep at bay for much longer. It is drying out. Okay. And it's coming for you first.
Pardon?
That's what he said. He really has a problem with you. My old servant Wooster? I've talked about him, I'm sure. Or not. Anyway, he's taken the form of a terrible entity that hates you. Just hates you so much. Just hates you so much.
Which I whoever the character is that hates them so much, I'm like, yeah, I agree with that character.
I get that.
Yeah. I'm
that's the one I relate to. Yeah.
Finally, somebody that I can support in this story. My clip 14, I realize I should have done a sub clip to this. There's one of the girls tries to sneak in a throwaway joke that she thinks is hysterical, but even she's like, oh, I'm not going to say it loud. So we might have to go back, but this is, so this features how they actually, at least they pretend to, they roll dice to determine the outcome, like an actual role-playing game. So they take the time to roll the dice. It's like, okay, well, why don't you roll? And then there's silence, and then there's like a little tap. Mm-hmm. Okay, I rolled a 12. So we get that, but then right in the middle is one of the girls makes a comment, which we could go back for. But let's listen to the rolling first in clip 14.
Stir Fry rushes to the dartboard, pulls out all the darts, and runs over.
Hey!
He puts one dart in front of the Bonesby's left hand and one in his right hand.
Okay. Random, but let's see where you're going.
Okay, use your healthy hand to try to hit the dartboard.
Freddy throws a dart.
Yeah, make a dexterity roll.
Dartsterity.
2. 2? You hit one of the people who was near the dartboard, who was upset that all of their darts were pulled out of the dartboard. You hit them.
Watch where you're going.
Roll for damage. Roll a d4.
1.
1? You hit this guy. It hits him right in the cheek. He goes, ow, Jesus Christ. I was trying to play darts alone.
Shut the fuck up.
Which they do that a lot too. They swear when they're like, I don't know what to fucking do, so we're just going to have my character swear. So I don't know if it's worth actually getting to the 23-second mark, but she tries to sneak in. He says, let's have a dexterity roll for throwing the dart. So she really quietly, you can tell she's not proud of it. She's dartsterity. Because she's throwing a dart.
Right.
Yeah. So, even the people who suck, well, I know that I'm really not good.
Well, maybe one of their friends will stumble upon this someday and listen to it. And they'll have to explain themselves. They're like, oh, shit.
The dartsterity was actually pretty funny. That was the best part of the episode. Now I kind of want to leave a comment on the episode, and I'm going to write about how funny dartsterity was, because then maybe she'll see it.
Inflate her ego so she talks a little louder next time. Yeah. Next time she has more confidence. With a shitty
wait,
pun.
I got someone for this.
She becomes the star of the show.
They're all stars in my mind. I don't know.
But soon it'll be Carly Monardo and the Rude Tales of Magic crew or whatever. She'll be the Gloria stuff out of this. Am I dating myself? What just happened?
Yeah.
You guys still there?
Miami Sound Machine.
The rhythm's going to get you, Christian.
So let's see, my clip 16 has everything. There's a moderator trying to advance the story. Characters awkwardly interacting with each other. Performers laugh at things that aren't funny. But most importantly, it's the return of Friend Man, clip 17.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry, clip 16.
This is exciting.
Clip 16.
I hope we didn't build this up too much.
No, I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, you see a very friendly man behind the bar. He's cleaning a tankard of ale.
Sir.
Yes.
How much for that bottle of vinegar?
Well, as I told your friends, I do not charge for these drinks, and so I do not charge for the bottle of vinegar either. It's yours if you want it.
Thank you so much. I love you, and you're really fun.
Thank you so much. It's nice to hear that. I love you too.
Oh, thank you. I love you as well. It's nice to hear back and forth a little bit. Sometimes you say it out loud and it just sort of disperses into the air.
And he hands you the vinegar.
Oh, beautiful. I love you.
Yes, I heard you the first time.
It's always fun to hear the back and forth. So often it's just...
I am 100% friendly, and you're exploring my outer limits.
Yes, well, I love you, so that was very...
I've said it once.
And it's, the repetition makes the heart grow fond.
It can be so brave to be so needy.
They really just ring out the chamois on anything. They're just like, no, let's really spend more time in this back and forth. And yeah, I mean...
repetition does not make the heart grow fonder.
Well, we can agree to disagree.
Okay.
I've seen somebody stand-up act. The squeegee bit, every time I hear it, I laugh a little bit harder.
Okay. I mean, if you're falling in love with Stuttering John watching a stand-up, then who am I to argue?
It sounds like these guys are doing a filibuster to prevent the women from talking again.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe it's not all bad.
Right.
You might be right about
It reminds me of you and I were at Skylark, and there was a bartender there who did not want to serve this drunk guy at the end because I guess he was a problem. Yeah. So she tried to make it seem like we were having a conversation, though we weren't. So she's like, hey, guys, we're having a conversation right now. I'm like, what, we are? We're like, oh, yeah, because I'm ignoring that guy over there, so I'm talking to you. And like, that's basically what these two are doing. They're just like, hey, let's just keep saying words, right? Yeah. You want to say words? I'll say words. Then you say words, huh?
Just keep saying something or she's going to say dartsterity.
Oh, God damn it. I stopped talking for a second. She snuck it in there.
Personally, I like any troupe of comedians. They work so well together where it's like a finely tuned machine. You have some great Kids in the Hall sketches like Monty Python. And I think my clip 18, it's an example of how the gang of Rude Tales of Magic, they just work so well together in clip 18.
We've dunked my poo-poo hand in vinegar with cooked eggs.
Oh, my my brothers and sisters and I used to do stuff like this and then dare each other to drink it. Is that what's...
No.
Oh, cool.
No, that would be very dangerous. We are holding back dark magic with Stinky Poo-Poo Hand.
Yeah, Albie, we're holding back dark magic with Stinky Poo-Poo Hand. I think it's pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Stir Fry. This is exactly how you would make pickled cucumbers.
Yes.
At home.
Yes. You know what's funny? Knock off the word cucumber.
Johnson Christ.
Yeah, pal. welcome to culinary mastery.
So If I could give them a note.
Yes. Oh,
someone should have
this
said.
is the first one, though.
Someone
Everything's
should
been
have
fine
said
up until now.
Stinky poo poo hand one more time. Because it was funny the first time. It was funnier the second time. It was only going to get better a third time around. They really missed opportunity there.
Yeah, do it in your over-the-top fop voice.
Yes, correct.
There's a few over-the-top voices, and I think that really.
You know what's amazing to me? And tell me if I'm wrong about this, because I could be. Of all of these shows, all these improv shows, people playing Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, we've done a lot of them. And I get mixed reviews from people because people are like, Carl, you don't get it. This is, maybe it shouldn't be on the internet, but this is like what people do. This is what the game that they play. And someone was telling me this when we were at the Philly show, the live show, and I go, no, you're right. I don't get it. I don't do this kind of show or I don't play this kind of game, so I'm not familiar with how this goes, but I guess this is how it goes down. I've never once heard children doing this, but it sounds like it should be, right? Playing out characters. Like when I was a kid, we'd play Star Wars or something, and I'm Luke Skywalker, and I'm,
you
kicking
mean
everyone's
you
ass.
Wicket the Ewok? Yeah.
Damn you. Damn you. Did you talk to my mom? Are you talking to my mom too?
I had to play Princess Nisa the Ewok, so, it could have been worse.
Oh, maybe you and I have much to discuss later on. So that's what I assume when I hear these people making silly voices and trying to crack each other up, that it's a thing for children to do, but it's always adults.
Always.
And they're always proud of themselves. Like people are posting photos of them in our Discord and stuff. It's like, I would keep my face off the internet if I was doing this. So embarrassing.
But they're making 20 grand Canadian, I mean.
True.
So
and you split that up between how many retards are there on this show?
Well, come on. The girls, they're going to get the least, even up in Canada.
Even in Canada?
Even in Canada.
They have the correct pay scale? Good.
Yeah. First, you got to get it down to 80 cents on the dollar, and then half of that.
And then half of that.
To the exchange rate. So, yeah. They get 40 cents for dartsterity.
Okay, so if you guys remember when I was playing my clips a minute ago, this guy turned into a horse.
Oh, that was pretty great. Yeah, that reminded me.
Yeah, everyone was laughing their ass off. So then they're cooking steaks, and I guess this is hilarious.
Yeah, we have a steak as well.
I'll have a steak.
I just
do you think that tastes good to your horse mouth?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because it's made of a very adjacent animal.
Super adjacent.
Yes, but so is pork to man, and we love it. Horse love beef.
All right. I mean, this is so stupid. These people are so dumb. So they're saying that cows and horses are adjacent? What does that even mean?
On the farm. They're close to each other.
They hang out near each other. They're adjacent. They're kitty corner, so to speak. So that doesn't make any fucking sense at all. And I guess humans have a relationship with pigs I didn't know about. That's odd to me. And then they're like, talking about well, I don't know if the horse would like steak. Yeah, horses don't eat meat. You can just leave it at that. You just right there, we got it.
He'll eat your lawn all day.
Yeah.
But he's not going to eat your dog that's sitting in the lawn.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be absurd enough. Moving on. So then, I don't know if these people even know what steak is or how it's prepared.
Jeffrey rushes to the fire where he takes off a sizzling steak. Not medium rare, not medium well. Just rare, baby. With a little bit of feta.
Yeah. So they've never had steak.
No, they have no idea. It's not medium rare. It's not medium well. It's rare.
Well, I do love feta on my steak, though, so I'm not going to take that part back.
It's not well done. It's not medium.
No.
It's not raw. It's like, yeah, no, fucking just, it's rare. We get it. But it didn't make any sense the way they presented that. And then, yeah, the little bit of feta just cracked everybody up.
Yeah, well, it's because it's hysterical. I mean,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I will say every improv group needs a spaz guy. I've noticed this with every show that we've ever done. There's always one guy who's way over the top and needs all the attention.
He's the funny one, usually.
Oh, hilarious.
He's the one they all think, it's like, well, he's the best. If he ever left, we'd have to disband. Yeah.
Spaz guy and the improvers.
And time freezes as Bello disappears from the horse's eyes and Cheddar's eyes. The only physical thing that you really recognize from Cheddar, they appear and they look out at you from inside of this horse as Cheddar shouts, "Holy shit, did this guy just come? Jesus, this feels good! Whoa, no, Cordelia! Whoa, Cordelia!
It sounds like Chad's impression of you.
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
Slightly.
Slightly over the top is how I would describe that. All right, I'll play my last clip on here, and then I'll let you finish us off. So
I've only got 47 more clips.
I know you do. I know. You got 7 more hours of this guy. Strap in. Apparently, when you use a word incorrectly, that's also hilarious.
Agreed.
I mean, it is what Patty Seacups does it, but he's not trying to be funny.
All right, we accept this. Thank you incredibly much.
Incredibly, no problem.
Of course. Well, this has been an incredible conversation. Thank you so much.
That's retarded.
Yeah. That third one really drove it home.
Thank you incredibly much.
Yeah. Now, I didn't have anything the first time. I was glad that they really spent time stretching it out.
It's a perfectly adjacent joke.
Well,
like a count of horse.
My clip 23 highlights that the reason the show works is because of the pacing. It's tight. It just breezes right by. It flies by, and there's no way an 85-minute episode takes 4.5 hours to pull clips from. So my clip 23 will show you that.
Maybe you've heard of it, the SES. It's like a fog wall. It's like a giant wall of fog. It's called the SES.
Would Albie have heard of this as a person who lived in the teenage woods?
No, because remember how far Albie was? You were close to school. You had never even journeyed as far east as the Soaking Valley.
That's
so
right.
I think it's very unlikely. If you want to make a roll, you can roll with disadvantage. You can make an intelligence roll.
Okay. Ooh. 12.
You something about SES does ring a bell for you. You've heard of it. It's definitely something that it's somewhere in the back of your mind. You've heard the letters SES together like that.
Okay. Yeah, that sort of sounds familiar. So we want to.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you've heard of it. The skin eating storm.
The skin eating storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brother might have mentioned something about that in one of his letters.
What if she had rolled a 13? Then what would have happened?
Well, if it rolled a 6, it was going to be, well, I'll never tell you. And that would have been the end of the
and then
episode.
you move on, yeah. But if it was a 14, it's like you know 2 of the words of the 3.
I like the big long pause after she rolls. She's like, oh, there's a 1 and a 2 next to each other. I know this. I've seen this before.
You hear her roll, and she goes, ooh. Yeah. I'm like, okay, is she not going to say what? Oh, no, it's a 12. We just had to wait.
She thought it was 21. She's like, it's a 20-sided die, so chances are it's not 21.
I really am magic.
Hit me.
My clip 24, look, we all love Cardiff's games. I could never compete with those, so I'm going to play a much simpler game. Okay. We're going to play this clip, and you guys decide if our cast is 1, indifferent to the show they're a part of, B, really bad at comedy, or lastly, both.
Okay.
So let's play clip 24, please.
Do you think he escaped?
Oh. How close is Philadelphia to the Soaking Valley?
Not close.
Okay.
I think they're really bad at comedy, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I bet if you looked at all of their Twitter accounts, and I did not do this,
I did not.
They lead with, they are on this podcast. It's probably the first thing, and then it's like mom of 2, and all the other stuff after that.
Yeah, I'm going with both. I think that they're not having fun, but for whatever reason, they get that cut of the 20 grand. And,
they better not be having fun. If I'm not having fun, I don't want anyone having fun.
That's right.
That would piss me off.
I think Fred Man's having fun, if I had to guess. My clip 26 is the shortest clip that I pulled, and it's definitely my inner monologue many times as I listen to this, clip 26.
Let's get this the fuck over with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Whoever the guy is goes, yeah, yep, that's me.
I think I'm going to tip the bartender. How much should I tip the... Whatever!
Oh, but no, I don't need to accept tips because I do this for the love and the journey that you're all about. Yeah.
Christ.
So clip 27, this is an example. We were talking about how the post-production happens.
Yeah.
And there's a number of times where this happens, but this I think was the best example. I guess I should be happy that the music is too loud in this clip 27, but it's not a good thing because it droned it out. So I had to go back and listen and I'm like, wait, what were they talking about? And I don't really know. So so clip 27, you'll just hear what happens when you don't adjust the music in post.
You can see the drawbridge gate. It's been heavily fortified. There's a massive witch hunter presence. You can see exactly 20 witch hunters patrolling the area, moving back and forth like clockwork. And in the James Woods, clocks move clockwise.
So whoever's scoring this is going, this music is way better than whatever this asshole's rambling on about. Let's crank this.
I got to try and get a gig on another podcast, so let's go ahead and...
This is known as the Ramones mix. let's get this vocalist way down.
My clip 29 shows that maybe the sound design isn't as well done as it seemed. It's a bad choice in a sound effect. It's one we've all heard a lot of times, clip 29.
No, but my legs are starting to run in a circle. I'm about to go. You got to convince me to stay.
Shut the fuck up. Was that really in the show?
That's really in the show. I was like, oh, they're going to think I know. They use that cartoon, that Fred Flintstone. Yeah. No, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, no. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
It takes me out of it. I'm no longer part of Middle Earth and Philadelphia or wherever the fuck.
Well, I'm only going to play a couple more clips from the show.
Oh, no. Come on, Christian.
I'm skipping a huge plot line.
Only a couple more?
I won't even bother summarizing it.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, there's a whole group of characters, which is where the title comes from. But I had to pull clip 32 because the improv is so bad. I listened to it. I pulled the clip.
Finally, an example of bad improv.
Yeah, but this is like, I couldn't even figure out, like, where's the attempt? A lot of these other clips, you're like, okay, they're just not funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what they're saying. Is this a song I'm supposed to get? There's like 4 things happening in clip 32.
You are in the air, flying through the sky. You feel the wind in your hair.
Hey, 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 hey. Just in time. I am flying. You got one track. My Friday, check it out. Friday, check it out. I'm flying.
It was good to really hold out that last part. Fucking thing. Yeah, so...
was they going for like an imagination land kind of thing? 'Cause that's all I was thinking.
Yeah.
But not pulling it off at all, like trying to turn that into an actual song at some point.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a problem when you're doing improv and you're like, oh, I'm going to go into a song, and oh, no, I can't write a song.
Yeah, I don't have a melody, I don't have lyrics. What am I thinking? What am I going to do with
so
this?
I'll just go like, yeah. Sounded like that train song a little bit, I guess. I don't know. All right, so clip 33, mercifully, the whole show is over, and the Kevin Brennan-like narrator comes back one more time just to remind us the strong comedic background that everyone has. Clip 33.
Ooh, now that's what I call a gliding good time. So, look, I'm trying to add puns into my thing.
Yeah, that's actually not a pun.
That's not a pun at all.
It's not a pun.
Yeah, it's just the wrong word to use.
Yep.
Who are these podcasts?